Hello everyone and welcome back for another video. It's a Southern Thing Book Club and today we are going to be going over the adaptations for 2025. If you're interested in content like this, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Movies, and more movies. What's up, y'all, and welcome back. Today, I'm going over adaptations for 2025. Before I get started, I want to say that this video is for entertainment and for opinion only. So please don't drag me in the comments. I love telling books in full entirety. But today, I'm going to be doing spoiler alerts for 2025 of books that are going to be made into movies. The first book that I would like to bring up is going to be In the Lost Lands by George R.R. Martin. So in The Lost Lands, it presents us in a world where the original and the magical coexist on each of its stories. And the story centers on Great Owls, who's an enchantress who goes into the mysterious Lost Lands to get a legendary power for a wealthy client. This adventure embodies the collection's central theme and is full of ethical dilemmas and physical dangers. We get to see Mila Jovovich playing Gray and David Bautista, who is playing Bosi, in this tale on February the 28th of 2025, and I hope that you enjoy. The next book that I would like to talk about that's going to be made into a movie is going to be on January the 22nd of 2025, and it's going to be called Animal Farm. You can also get the book. It's by Animal Farm by George Orwell. So Animal Farm is a comedy that makes fun of social problems the animals stand in for Russian workers, politicians, and voters. Farmer Jones is forced to flee from the farm after the pigs rebel against him, and they create animalism, a social theory that views all animals as equals, and they rename the farm Animal Farm. The farm is taken over by Napoleon, Snowball, and Squeakler, but Napoleon in particular soon takes over and takes advantage of the animals, and the other animals put forth more effort than ever before, but the pigs become the new oppressors living in luxury. Eventually, the pigs begin to act and dress more like people, and the other animals can no longer distinguish between the two. Our main character, Andy Serkis, is going to be in it to win it in 2025, and we can't wait to see it. Marked Men by Jay Crownover. It will be released on February of 2025. Now, as soon as Shaw Lawson saw Rule Archer, he fell in love with her, and her heart just simply won't listen, even though she knows that Shaw isn't the right fit for her. Shaw is the only person that can see himself for who he really is, and he doesn't have time for Rule. But in this movie, spilled secrets lead to a night neither can forget, and now Shaw and Rule have to figure out how a girl like her and a guy like him are supposed to be together without destroying their love or each other. This J Crown Over film will be released in January 22nd of 2025, and we are very interested in seeing the project. In February of 2025, we will also get a chance to see a book that is going to be made into a movie called Not Without Hope by Nick Schraller. Not Without Hope is about a 24-year-old man who is a personal trainer. His name is Nick. He sets out on a deep sea fishing excursion on February 28th of 2009. He's accompanied by his three best friends who are NFL stars played by Terrence Terrell, Quentin Pillar, and Marshall Cook. They gathered their belongings and they made their decision to go ashore as the winds increased and the sea is starting to swell in the late afternoon. One issue is the anchor became jammed. As inexperienced boaters, they tied the anchor rope to the boat's stern and pressed the throttle, which would prove to be their deadly error. Rather, the boat capsized and the stern sunk and filled with water. The nightmare starts there, but will they be able to make it out? We will see on the project of March 20 of 2025. In March of 2025, we are going to be able to see a book by the name of Four Letters of Love. In this enchanted story about faith and love, Isabel and Nicholas are destined to be together, but true love doesn't always follow the simplest or the most obvious path. The first is that they have a bearing supernatural intervention where Nicholas and Isabel have never met and are unlikely to do so. Four Letters of Love is a beautiful, inspirational tale about faith, embracing the present, trusting your gut, and acting without hesitation by following your heart no matter where it takes you. Helena Carter and Pierce Boson will be starring in this movie, released in the spring of 2025. The next one I would like to bring out is going to be a graphic novel turned into a movie called The Electric Slate. This one you'll be interested in. So The Electric Slate is a Netflix movie on a young woman named Michelle who sets out on a cross-country road trip with a mysterious robot and an eccentric drifter to find her younger brother. Now, the story takes place in a post-apocalyptic, retro-futuristic 1997's United States. After a war between the humans and technology, the landscape is electrified and littered with drones that were once used in combat. Our main character, Chris Pratt, will be starring in this movie series on Netflix on March 14th of 2025. Small preview, we also are going to get a live version of Snow White. One I'm very interested in is The Amateurs, and this one is going to be done by Robert Littleton. Before Robert Little had vaulted onto the bestsellers list for the book The Company, The Amateur, which has been long out of print, established him as a contemporary master of espionage thrillers. Now, in this sleek and mysterious novel, Charlie Heller is an ace cryptographer for the CIA. Now, he's a quiet man in a quiet back office job, but when his fiancée is murdered by terrorists and the agency decides not to pursue her killers, Heller takes matter into his own hands. The fact that he's an amateur makes him a little bit more dangerous than others, but in this mind-blowing, intelligent, post-pounding, suspenseful thriller movie, Rami Malek in The Amateur will be presented with the help of Lawrence Fishburne. We'll be able to see him in real time on April the 11th of 2025. In June, The TWITS is going to be coming out. So this story follows Mr. and Mrs. Twitch, who are the most meanest and the most smelliest owners of a dangerous amusement park. They are rising to power in their town, and the Twits takeover leads to an ongoing conflict between them, two children, and a community of magical animals who are determined to stop them. Now, the Twits will be available to stream on Netflix in 2025. It will be the first animated release in an exciting lead up of Rolf Dahl's projects that will be happening coming to Netflix soon. For all my people who have seen this movie before, they're going to be making a third movie of I Never Forget What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer Caton Robinson has decided to bring a throwback classic for I Know What You Did Last Summer back to the Prime Video screen on July the 18th of 2025. It's a great day for the horror fans because we have been trying to see if the OG cast members from the 1997 slasher will be able to appear into this film. And we have confirmed now that Jennifer LaHewitt will officially be stepping back into the shoes of Julie James in the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot. Like I said, it's a group of friends that's terrorized by a stalker who knows about a gruesome incident from their past. And we'll see it on Prime Videos, expected to be released on July the 18th of 2025. The next one I like to talk about is called Big Tree. So this particular movie has not had a release date yet, but we know that it will be in 2025. But it's about a mysterious voice that is speaking to Lolis in her dreams, and she and her brother Merwin are sycamore seeds. Now, they do hope to one day set down roots and become big trees, but when a fire forces them to leave their mother tree prematurely, they find themselves capsized into the unknown far from home. Now, alone and unprepared, they must use their wits and their imaginations to navigate a dangerous world filled with dinosaurs, meteoroids, and volcanoes, and the fear of never finding a safe place to grow up. As the mysterious voice gets louder, Lois comes to realize their mission in life may be much bigger than either one of them had ever could have imagined. So this will be something that we'll be interested in seeing. A fan favorite already is going to be Freakier Friday, and I hope you can get a chance to watch this one as well. Years after Tess and Anna have endured an identity crisis, Anna now has a daughter and a soon to be stepdaughter. And as they navigate the challenges that come when two families merge, Tess and Anna discover that lightning might strike twice. On Friday, Walt Disney Studios has announced that the highly anticipated sequel to Freaky Friday will arrive in theaters on August the 8th of 2025. Disney also shared an image from the film of Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan as Tess and Anna Coleman in what appears to be a scene of them finding out that they've switched bodies as they did in the first film. So we'll be interested to see Freakier Friday released on August the 8th of 2025. One of my anticipating ones is called Cold Storage with Liam Neeson, and I hope you will get a chance to watch this one. So when Roberto Diaz, a Pentagon bioterrorist, was dispatched to look into a possible biochemical attack, he discovers something much more dangerous, a highly mutated creature that could wipe out an entire population. He kept it isolated and hid it deep under a military respiratory that could rarely be utilized. Now, the species is now escaped and is on a deadly feeding frenzy after decades of festering in a forgotten sub basement. Diaz is the only one that can stop it, and Liam Neeson is our main character that will be in this movie, and it will be released on September the 18th of 2025, and we cannot wait. So I hope all of these breakdowns of these movies was something that you were interested in anticipating to watch when they do release. I'll keep you updated with all of those dates and when they will be released on my Instagram and also TikTok. So please don't forget to follow me over there. All of these are going to be listed in the description box for dates that I already have released. And I hope this is something that you loved. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on our Telegram for the Southern THANG Book Club. And I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye, guys.